Dangerous like I'm a mad gorilla. I am sicker than a salmonella filled sandwich dinner, homie. I will kill a beat a man. I'm iller than a caterpillar, chilling, having cigarettes while I dish in a wonderland. I'm realer than a kid with an imaginary. Since we'll always be rapping these verses, everyone told me get back in the circus.
This is the skipping clip of William J. Poet with Toxic Knees, man. Give this a 1 to 10. Any feedback is, of course, welcome. How do y'all feel about this track, man? Let them know. Damn it. Here we go.
Always so fucking hard talking about this shit. Go ahead, air it out right here, though. Listen. Coming in hot on this topic, cause the situation ship win is nothing less than toxic. Burning through my flesh and I can feel it. Leaving's not an option, why conceal it? If we're being real, then do you see the shit the same? Or with blurry optics, do you really feel the pain? Or do you sweat the outcome? Are you just playing games? Need a change like the chemist or the outcome? How come everything goes back to pointing fingers? Really, who's to blame? You can't pick and choose your lane. Anger is aggression, where depression is no stranger. Under pressure in the flames of toxic needs will linger, yeah. Really leave you single, yeah. Don't know where we're headed, coordinates or direction. Remorse is a false affection, we're forcing and nothing's left. It's unfortunate like a theft. In this course, there's a hyper cleft, and in a course is the only hype that's left. Listen, I ain't here to play no games. I ain't here to cast no shade. I ain't here for toxic needs and negative change, but I can't breathe while taking this pain. You can't neither, isn't it strange that we keep up with this thing? In the deep, but we can't keep our tempers tamed. Left for sleeping, shit, I guess we even. Ain't no point in leaving. When apologies get left hanging like apostrophes, turns into tensions and toxic needs. Let me paint this picture clear. Here, peer through this twisted mirror. Catch a sense of unrealistic cheer or relentless fears. Not to mention years of drug addiction and other shit that's caused us fucking friction. And a fist cup full of tears. Couple years spent in prison. Come back like the light side of a prism. All along the message on the wall was written. Now it's heads we're splitting. How impaired your vision. Now compare the tension. Would you care to mention all the things that you appreciate? From the most expensive to the cheapest dates. Flowers, cards, and candies is the going rate on any given day. On the other hand, so is fighting, scratching, stabbing, biting. Almost like we have to have this havoc in our lives. Such a nasty habit, but that's just the half the savage. Cause the other half is happy. Pictures of us cracking jokes, laughing, happy, acting sappy. Yeah, that's arts and crafty, but we're hardly acting. Partially snapping for a half reaction. Trying to gain some traction. Face the facts that we've been chasing fate in a major way. Still can't make the passes fade away. Baby girl, I'd hate to say or discuss that even though the hands on the clock been busted, you understand what
on the YouTube side
is. When apologies get left hanging like apostrophes,
it's William J. the Poet.
Turns into tensions and toxic needs.
This for him was a throwback, right? He got inspired by what Danny Ray sent in, since she had sent a little bit of a throwback. This for him was, 3 years ago. Mix, I think, definitely still needed work, I'm saying, in that area. I wanted the vocals and everything to come up. Beat is, solid. Like, we've heard those type of beats before, of course. But what matters the most in most records, and let me bring this back right here. What matters the most in most records, even when you're rapping to a tight beat, something that people will feel like they've heard it before, is just that you make sure that you are authentic to the content that you're rapping about, talking about, some real shit that relates to you, and that you're telling your story within, whatever kind of, situation. And, depending on the artist, they will fluctuate on like the genre, the delivery and stuff like that, right? I think we would have heard this beat in a different style, more melodically, auto-tune centric. You know what I'm saying? Would have been something like that for sure. Still wouldn't have been bad, but it's another type of song that you can hear on the record. With him, he's more lyricism based. Like, let me, get a little bit more intricate with the words that I'm using and the story that I'm, telling or whatnot. What was the time with that record? 2 minutes and 41 seconds. So not bad in terms of the freaking time. I'm going to remind y'all that any record that you have with a piano in it is easy pickings. for a live music record. If you know how to play piano, literally play any of the records that you have a, kind of piano song with and rap it, sing it, whatever, you can freaking do. People will always be more impressed with that version of a performance than you rap into your vocals or the record or the instrumental and shit like that. Like, they love to know that an artist can, maybe do a little something more than, just rap. And so, it's a good look. It's a good look, man. What you say? Beautiful track, man. Diesel Water said. And then, all facts from William J. Poet, of course. This one right here is William J. the Poet with Lover's Intellect. And again, if you are just now freaking tapped in, welcome, of course, to that Dorky review show. Often we review independent artists and music from those artists on the show, all genres. So get your stuff in as well. And rate this artist song in the chat.
I mean, this ain't your traditional love story. Check it out.
Already, you got a good mix on them vocals.
Talk
right
about
there.
the subject where you know the topics you and I've been walking around. Usually gawking ground. Now we talking town. How done been fucked up, but can we talk it through? Ain't no pointing fingers, who is who? You and me and I am you. Iron sharpen iron. I ain't never had a clue till the day I met you. Hit me in my clavicle, hearts beating out my chest to imagine us a classical, the pinnacle, top of the class, boo. Yes, we could attest to the best, do the worst, back through the best. The lovers intellect, never show another interest, nor let another intercept. All lovers intellect. Made it out the fire, and I mean that shit so literally. It made us both tired, now the rope's tighter. Only snap back harder when it gets divided. Poking at each other just to catch a vibing. If it isn't right, then in this house there's about to be a lot of excitement. Either way, good or bad, you're my lady and a motherfucking rider. Heart of golden cider, and I'll never let another sucker try her. Heavy is the crown, treading through restricted ground. Yes, we could attest to the best, through the worst, back through the best. The lovers intellect, never show another interest, nor let another intercept. All lovers intellect. 4 years separated, still texting, happy belated. Are you really happy? How's your current situation? Working on my patience, no longer acting foul or without a certain flagrance. Living for the now, stopping sniffing flowers for a certain fragrance. Staying on the phone, 8+ hours, talking about patience. Jumping on planes and visits to your city, many vacations. Wanted many, and I never wanted any, but here we are in a state of separation. Yes, we could attest to the best, through the worst, back through the best. The lovers intellect, never show another interest, nor let another intercept. All lovers intellect. Where's it about to go from here? I ain't really got a clue, but you made it oh so far, and I'm really proud of you. Keep up with the progress and no stressing, working through the process, then maybe we could talk again. Can't keep on leaving, walking in when you was the closest to a heart that was hard and already unapproachable. Chokes me up to even think about it, speak about it. Now I'm writing in my book, and I gotta read about it, damn.
So, hold on. I gotta retire this clap, cause like, why you always be skipping? All right, decent vibe with the production that was there. Your approach is, of course, very unique, right? He is one of the many artists who aren't necessarily like predictable in sort of like where they're gonna, sort of land on the beat. And I feel like he's an artist who like is very anecdotal, right? You know what I'm saying? Gives you sort of, things in spurts. Takes a little break for 1 second, comes right freaking back in there, and I think you're like the artistic version of a typewriter, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, as with the typewriter, you got a certain amount of characters that you can sort of use before you then have to reset it and then go back, to the thing. So it'll have that style, but it's often a little bit better put together than some of the other artists who have, you know, tried to have some of the same things, right? Like, we always talk about making sure that you guys are rapping on beat. It's very important. If you don't follow a beat at all, people just feel like you're just saying anything, or you might have just said whatever and then put a beat on top of, you know, what you freaking did, right? So following a beat, having a place to go will always you know, bring people along in that right way. And lastly, always remember what people are going to, you know, sort of like react to as they're in the crowd and you're performing the song. And you know, just figure out if whatever you have is one of those things where they're just going to listen to what you're saying and stare at you while you're doing the song, or does it feel like something that they would want to get up on stage and also do a karaoke version of as well? When we can kind of marry the two, where it's like equally everything that we'd want to do and say on a record, as well as approached in that way where people like they'd love to hear it even without a beat, right? I think that's the ultimate goal and shit like that, right? If we can literally get in there and regardless, you know what I'm saying, if it's just us straight freaking rapping the thing, you know, we have to be able to impress people in that way sometimes. But yeah, not bad. And again, look, I mean, we talked about the whole almost poet aspect, right? He has poet in his name, so perfect, right?
It's a perfect. It's a perfect.
What did you say? He said it all starts with my poetry and then I build a beat around it. See? And now it makes even more sense, right? Because it's like you sitting around reading your poetry to a beat, but also on beat. And I kind of like that aspect. Right now we got William J. the Poet with Poet Goat-ish. Or maybe it's just Goat-ish.
And real sick of trying to explain to these fake ass rappers, man, what punchlines are, bars are. Don't even know what being a linguist is, but they want to be lyricists, right? Fuck that shit. Watch this.
Let's see what you do, fool.
Poets flow and poses his will and what he won't shit. Put it on my question mark. Even some of the real will or won't get. The balls around the wheels like every word I spoke don't get. Poet don't yet. Show him how it go down, cause they ain't no pronoun. None other anybody, you heard him. Whichsoever, where should I begin? You done woke up the giant with the iron in my hand, and the iron is my pen. Did a fake punchline, trap rapper, whack rapper, all the tune balls is flat rapper, say something, I ain't understand it. Guess I'm on another planet, place your bets, I never panic. Cooking out, hot grease in the pan, I see chopped beef, feeling screwed yet.
I can see that banner, right?
Me give a fuck less, take it out of context, like you plagiarizing prison letters. And I bet you think you're getting better, but you ain't catching motherfucking bar yet. Like every word I spoke wasn't a pronoun. After I elaborated on how it was about to go down, now I ain't about to slow down. I'm a fucking show now. Taurus is the sled. There's a tourist up ahead. There's a tourist in my bed. Mind fuck the world. In a course with your head. Oh wow, fuck it. Keep on questioning the question mark. And your own style, cause poet's in his zone. Like his flow is on Patron. Going bonkers 5-5. Crushing shit like I'm going Tonka. Nothing sweet. Willy Wonka. Fake motherfuckers. Fozzie Waka Waka Waka. Man, go ahead, rewind that shit if you got to. Hey, yo, Dave, I bet they ain't getting none of that shit, though. Goat shit. Remo.
See what he does.
How I get to him. I'm a poet. Everybody know it. I keep that loud like I grow it. Nigga, you knows it. I put it to your temple. I shoot your ass and make it real hard for you to remember. Ice cold. I'm talking like December. Shred a nigga ass, no blender. Swipe him like a Kindle. Them niggas ain't about that life. They ain't in the battlefield. They ain't earned no stripes. They ain't set off in the trap. They ain't whipped no white. They know my mind gone and it ain't rock tight. 40, I put it in his life for real though. I'm still in the field, nigga, like a scarecrow. Blowing on some fruity shit, red buzz, this Elmo. I'ma give a pussy nigga what he came for. These niggas skittle, they soft in the middle. Yeah, these niggas brittle. Do you know that I giggle? Cause they make me laugh. I'm always good, meaning I'm on task. And I keep cash on me, meaning I got a bag.
always in first, nigga, I'm never last. And I don't fuck with them niggas, cause them niggas trash. Dave, they might wanna rewind that one too. Cause they know when I came, I did what the fuck I do. Okay, it's Remo.
I feel like I should get like 3 more artists on there. And after each person's verse, they be like, yeah, man. And they should also rewind that shit as well, man. You know what I mean? Listen, straight freaking hip hop. You already know what it is. Y'all got in there. I always love a good record that is of the culture. Never been one to say that something is dated unless I don't like the record and it sounds old, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it has that nostalgic 90s hip hop sort of style, you know, you do fuck with it, you know, you want to say nostalgic, you know what I mean? And you know it has that sort of freaking flair or whatnot. That, of course, more underground, you know, just street gutter, you know, type freaking style or whatnot. And the feature, man, I didn't even get a chance to say his name at all because his name wasn't necessarily in the main title. I do think that's something that we do have to work on. It was sort of put in the description though. That was Remo the GOAT, which was the second artist that, you know, man, he has such a voice that demands or commands attention, right? Like you hear it and you're like, sir, yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like he has that almost bumpy knuckles. If you guys know Freddie the Fox and shit like that, go listen to Gangstar featuring Freddie the Fox, Militia. I don't know if that was the remix or the freaking original version. I forgot which one, but like go listen to him. You'll sort of see exactly what I'm talking about, right? Very raspy, and just like I'm a pit bull, you know, on the beat, you know what I'm saying, right freaking now and shit like that. Or Rottweiler, we can look at both dogs, right? I think you guys worked, you know what I'm saying, well together. You were more chill, right, with your, you know, overall performance. This was a more like mid-tempo kind of record, something a little bit faster, not necessarily that's slow and you know has you doing all kinds of, you know, just lyrical acrobatics in sort of that way. It was a little bit different, more straightforward, and your voice lends itself a lot more to something that I 100% think like Alchemist, you know, Dilated Peoples, Nas, like those artists would appreciate this sound, you know, Mobb Deep, like it brings back those kind of freaking memories. So not bad. What did you guys freaking think? Give your thoughts in the chat. Anyways, so William J. the Poet with Hip Hop Ain't Dead. This is the skipping clip of that song that I just said. They'll see the text when it freaking comes up. Rate this song and or video in the chat. This is by William J. the Poet, y'all. And if you don't know, now you know. Are you performing in the car? Like, what's happening with this?
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it.
He's like listening to the song.
Nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you get hit.
And how hard you get hit when you get hit.
That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of like him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Oh, no, that's right. We're gonna welcome in the new year with a bang. Hip hop ain't dead. This is the direction we're moving in. You can either stay behind or catch up. Either way, I don't give a damn. It's 2020. Watch this.
He doing that talking.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Fake and the phony. Welcome to the wake of the haters. Hating on me. Heyday, they wait. Dedicated, throwing shade. Now I'm educated. on the way that you move. In your cadence, it's cool. Is it made up of truth? I don't know yet. Got some shit to work through. I'm the first to say what I think, what I see in my mind's eyes, even hit and revert to. So I hit and play it, then repeat. See, I'm fine. Why would I care what you say or what you think? While I'm over here, just a pen and a dream. There's a reason that I keep a tight circle while I circle the industry, then my network, dude. Laying on my back in the cell was my worst view. Praying for some traction from a hill in a church pew. It'll overwork you. Low key, be the first few. And energy that you need to burst through. See, when it comes to enemies, I am the worst fool. Need to take heed, take a seat, and pull up the first few. I don't trust you, you don't trust me. See you moving their way, staring from a shadow, swearing that's just me. You don't trust you, I don't trust me. Want a piece of the pie, but a piece of my mind. I don't care to spare. When the upper layer's crusty, player don't push me. Say it how I wanna say it, staying on my runaway. If I just wanna run away, I'll just run in place at a stunning pace, flying to another space while I'm in another state, on another grind, kinda like a gutter state of mind. Bounded by the bitter taste of shine. It'll take a little bit of time and a couple triple digits, tripping double vision. Isn't always twisted with my motherfucking mission. Hustle in or grind. The ambition is a gift, but I listen to my inner suspicions. It's a bitch. All my energy is spent like it never existed. Ritualistic at the risk and expense of division of friends. An individual sense. Bid you well in defense. Get you well. And a story to tell. A story to tell.
Trying to 50 back up. A lot of 50 times that I'm a rhyme and I'm a
just
rapper.
like last year and every other year behind it. Look to the future. Make that your best one.
Everybody knows that your mama is a. Let me go over here.
Chick, yo.
All right, mister. What do y'all think about that? 1 to 10 in our feedback is well. All right, few freaking things, man. First of all, it sounded like it was in between freestyling and writing, right? Few parts written, few parts freestyled here and there. You always know how I feel about structure and just really wanting, y'all to know how to meet that marriage between kind of writing the beat and, talking about the content that you want or whatnot, right? And when you actually find that sort of perfect middle ground, it doesn't just hit that sort of like us simply listening to you, say your shit. Like, we have to hear what you're saying. And again, we've said this like a million times. We have to hear what you're saying and want to say it back, right? It's not enough for us to just listen to you as if you're just saying like a speech and stuff like that, right? And some of the things that you've had tonight have hit that freaking point, right? Have actually been, a good performance. I think that good middle ground. This one just felt like it needed a little bit more work. And then in terms of the visuals, while I do like, and again, we'll get into both of these things, while I do like that you guys are willing to get any kind of content at all in terms of, visuals, like you need to do that to get comfortable behind the camera more and stuff, like definitely. But also I think there's always a professional version of what we're trying to do. And then the sort of like, more kind of bootleg, just standard, version of figuring that. And this, again, you got in there, and the camera just stayed in one place at that angle from you in the car. It didn't, and again, a professional version would have been, okay, let me get one camera here in the front on the steering wheel, so that way it's looking at me from that direction. Let's get one by the window, one person outside the car looking at me while I'm freaking doing it or whatnot, so you get that outside shot. One from the back as well. I know it's a lot of damn cameras, but it matters. It matters because the more shots that you're able to get, the more professional people are able to perceive you as an artist, right? And like, I think, when we just like, let me just put on a beat in the background and then like rap to it. That's the lowest form of what we can do. Like even like again, if this was a record that you had, but you were just performing it, but in the car, like I think we still would have preferred hearing the record and then seeing the performance in a certain aspect. But again, like to be able to change the shots and the viewpoints, I think that's always going to be something that's important. You know, there are different devices out there that you may see from time to time, whether it's on Amazon, TikTok Shop, you know, that are perfect to give you those good angles within the car or wherever you're trying to, you know, film from. And I think, again, I'm always thinking about this stuff, even like when I literally remotely think about, all right, let me try to do one of those freestyle to the beat things, or let me write some shit, do a little video kind of freaking thing. I always back out if I don't think that I'm going to be able to do it properly with, you know, my current surrounding. If I'm not going to be able to make it look cool, I know what people are going to think. You know what I'm saying? And you always want to go for the most professional sort of like way. And, you know, I think just having the devices that allow you to record yourself, keep the camera moving. That's one. See, a lot of things is that people don't know, right? There's people that'll just have that steady shot, and then it's just, you know, camera on them the whole time. They don't do any cuts to the beat or how they're, you know what I'm saying, rapping, which again, I think is always a good thing if that happens. Good people know to like move the camera also a little bit to the beat, sway it a little bit here and there, move it with the artist, and you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things. Again, it's just a little something that he was putting together. I know he wasn't trying to do anything freaking too crazy, but I always want to let you guys know what I see and what I think could be better, right? As again, we want to be able to love y'all stuff so much. If we do pop up next to a Jay-Z, a Kendrick, a freaking somebody that you may admire at all, if we pop up like right next to them, you want to have stuff that we are confident that we can share to them, and they'd be like, oh, cheer, let's shine him right now, like whatever. Like we don't know, we can't predict the future, but you still want to always think about that. Every single one of y'all, right? Everything that you have that's released, it's a part of your catalog. You gotta have shit that, like, if you just pop up again next to somebody at the mall or that's in the line at the movie, it's something, and you get into that conversation, oh yeah, I rap. And when you say that, and then they say, oh yeah, what's your name? And then they go try to look you up. They're gonna hit play on something. It could be Spotify, it could be Pandora, YouTube. You can't predict what song will play though when they hit that play button, right? So all in all, you have to make sure whatever that song might be, you're completely comfortable with the performance, the beat, the mix, and everything, that it's that resonation or whatnot. Sometimes you only get that one chance where like people, you got my time, man. What you gonna play for me right now, right? And you just want it to be good.
I'm dangerous like I'm a mad gorilla. I am sicker than a salmonella filled sandwich dinner, homie. I will kill a beat a man. I'm iller than a caterpillar, chilling, having cigarettes while I just in a wonderland. I'm realer than a kid within a magic.